The president and founder of Kinnicus Associates, and he is with us for the rest of this hour. Jim, we were just listening to what we heard from Larry Fink.
Yeah.
He made some comments. I saw you nodding at certain points when he was talking about what he's seen with big companies. He mentioned Verizon having to go out a few weeks ago and borrow at 9%. That just describes some of the disparity with what we've seen with equity markets and debt markets right now.
Right.
We were talking about that in the commercial break.
What's interesting, and Larry's exactly right, what's interesting is that when we talk about the equity markets, they are down a lot. The problem is the credit markets are down even more. And we have a very small opportunity fund which is more like a traditional hedge fund, where we take off our black hats and capes and actually buy things. And we were looking at trades, one well-known consumer leisure company, where we were looking at the bonds yielding 30%, and yet the equity had a valuation into the billions. So, I mean, there are lots of disparities out there where you can get equity-like returns or then some in a senior piece of paper with a lot more protection. And yet the stock market, although this equity, particularly equity, is down quite a bit, is still giving a pretty big value to the equity of the business. So, there are opportunities out there. They're just not in the equity markets.
Yeah,
They're
and
in
you
the credit
mentioned
markets.
anybody who is truly a value player wouldn't go near equities right now. They'd be looking at the debt.
True value players would be looking at debt right now.
Although some of these trades have moved away from you already, you said.
They have, yeah. I mean, the markets are thin, and some have moved, some we've made successfully. Others, while we were trying to get up to speed, moved away from us. But they're still out there, and there are truly equity-like rates of return if you're willing to do the credit work in the bond market, not necessarily in the stock market.
Larry Fink is, running BlackRock. They're a mortgage company, or have some dependence on mortgages. Yeah. So that would help if his program were enacted by the government. That would certainly help BlackRock, right?
I would think so, yeah.
All right. Is the idea that supporting prices where they shouldn't be is just more of the same problem, or?
Well, the question for some areas of the real estate market is these valuations were completely fictitious to begin with. They were inflated by ridiculous amounts of credit to people who never should have gotten the amount of credit they got. So, will the $750,000 tract home in Las Vegas that costs $100,000 to put up and maybe is worth $150,000 or $200,000, is that going to come back? No, that's not going to come back. And there is true capital loss there, no matter what we want to say, no matter how we want to account for it, mark to market or otherwise. That's gone. The question now more is people on the edge of tipping into negative equity in homes, and what's that going to do to their behavior, their consumption behavior, their willingness to stay with the house, which people are worried about. And I think those are more legitimate concerns.
So some way to increase demand for housing you'd agree with, just as long as it doesn't set up some false...
And I think the hedge fund industry, as well as I agree, that trying to stem foreclosures is important, because you do get more permanent loss of values in communities with lots of foreclosures. So there is a knock-on effect for that. There seems to be a lot of evidence. So any way we can work with, to modify mortgages. And by the way, the hedge fund industry only holds, by some estimates, 5 to 15 to 20% of the mortgage-backed securities. So we're not a big player in that. And we have fiduciary responsibilities to our clients as well. But having said that, if those can be surmounted, I think mortgage modification for some of this stuff does make sense.
Have you liked the plans you've seen so far? There's hope now from the government. There's been some questions brought up about how effective that is.
I'm waiting for next week. So I'm not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
I mean, and your 7 o'clock guests went over that ground pretty well. I mean, the problem here is we seem to get a new plan every week. And to me, this is an administration that is reactive. They're not proactive. And nobody's looking over the horizon. They seem to be, whenever there's a new problem, they seem to say, well, let's throw money at it. And that is undermining confidence. There's no doubt about it.
Is it possible that the type of bankruptcies of companies that are being sort of foreshadowed by where the debt markets are, that doesn't happen, and that maybe the credit market recovers more than the equity market doesn't have to go to much lower level?
Of course. We saw that in 1991. Where the debt market sold off and the junk bond sell off in the commercial real estate.
It wasn't real. It didn't happen. The worst case didn't.
In fact, the best buys were in the bond market, and the equity market, finally followed the bond market.
We got